My name is Ramon, cosmetic formulator, licensed esthetician, and sunscreen fanatic, and today we are back with a sunscreen brand review. In the last year, a brand called Everyday Humans launched, and it's a brand that I saw launch, and then I saw a lot of creators start to hype up their products, a couple sunscreens specifically, and recently they reached out a couple months ago telling me that their products were now available with UK retailers, so they sent me some of their products to try out, and today we're going to talk about them. Today's video is not sponsored, although I did receive the product in PR. That being said, I would have bought them, and I've actually already mentioned one of the products in a favorites video before. Stay tuned to find out which one it is. But as I mentioned today, we're talking about Everyday Humans, which to me is a brand that's really cute, it's fun, it's not exactly like a clean beauty brand, although it doesn't shy away from a lot of the marketing claims we generally do see from clean beauty. So stay tuned for that part. But it seems like a really fun, cute, quirky brand. The main hype around it is the fact that their packaging and I think the product themselves tend to be fairly sustainable in what they do offer, and that's like the big hype around it. Also, the packaging is just really, really cute. And as of yet, they only have sun care products. I don't know if they plan to expand into like further skincare products, but it's just sunscreens. And today we're gonna talk about 3 of those. I have their body sunscreen, AKA the Oh My Bod SPF 50, their mineral Rosé Vous Plait sunscreen for the face, and then their resting beach face. Both of these are SPF 30, both of them are face. The Rosé is mineral, the resting beach face is chemical. So let's get into it. Starting with the resting beach face. As I mentioned, this is an SPF 30 chemical only sunscreen. Looking at the claims for this, it's an antioxidant infused SPF 30 sunscreen serum with moisture magnet hyaluronic acid that gives good glow while throwing shade at sun damage, dehydration, and urban pollution. For your inner and outer resting beach faces, we pass no judgment. This retails for $24. You get 50 ml, so very standard. Filter-wise, this has homosale at 8%, octosale at 4%, avobenzone at 3%, and octocrylene at 2%, giving you broad spectrum protection. This does not say that it is water resistant. And then aside from that, this is an updated formula, allegedly. I don't know what the old one was like or what that wear was like either, but it just says that it is an updated formula. Formulation-wise, this features some humectants. You have spinach and green tea, which are actually the advertised like highlight ingredients on the front. Then you also have Alteramona's ferment extracts, and this features no alcohol, but it does have fragrance in it, so do note that. But to me, this just smells like sunscreen. This gives me like 2005 at the beach with the family during the summer, like sunscreen vibes, but it's not like the worst smell ever. The experience of using the sunscreen, it is moisturizing. You definitely get that moisturizing look, that radiance to the skin, but to me, it's not greasy. It's just really, really radiant. So that being said, I would not say this is necessarily oily skin friendly, but it's not greasy. You're not gonna have like slick face like within a few hours of putting it on. So I like to wear it just because I do like a glow. I will powder, I will prep my skin accordingly, and I will have a good experience using this. But just note, if you want a matte sunscreen experience, this is not the girl. This is gonna give you that really nice, beautiful, like dewy summer glow. But this is a full chemical sunscreen, so do note that. I had no issues with my skin with this, no irritation or burning, especially around the eye area. Not saying that isn't a possibility for you, but do note that. Also, one thing I really appreciate about this is that this one is specifically a pump. 3 to 4 pumps is enough for my face. I double up to do my ears and my neck, and it works in beautifully. It looks great on my skin. It's not heavy, not greasy, obviously no cast. And so I actually really do enjoy this one. But again, as I mentioned, I prep my skin accordingly, and I do powder and blot throughout the day. But this is the one I reach for when I want that glow. Let's talk about their mineral sunscreen option though. This is their Rosé Vous Plait SPF 30 Gentle Mineral Sunscreen. You have $25 for this one, so $1 more expensive. And their marketing on the website says, raise your rosé. This creamy SPF 30 mineral sunscreen is powered by steam distilled rose extract and aloe vera juice, keeping your skin barrier naturally protected and hydrated. Filters in this, again, 100% mineral, so you have zinc oxide at 11.25% and titanium dioxide at 1.5%. Aside from that, formulation points, you do have aloe, some coconut-derived emollients, rose flower, green tea, and lavender extracts for those 3. It has vitamin E, but basically they're really advertising this as being the oily skin option. And this is a mineral sunscreen. They also say that this leaves no white cast, and it's definitely for oily skin, but it does have a white cast to it, in my opinion, as you can see in the application footage. I take this and apply it to half of my face, work it in, and it's all right for me in my complexion. It's one of those things where it could be doable depending on how I prep my skin. But realistically, I do think this will have a cast. But the thing with this is once you start working it into the skin, it starts to set down. So you don't get a lot of slip. And mind you, I had prepped my skin freshly like seconds before applying this with the Glow Recipe like watermelon mist. So I had good slip to my skin, and just like you start rubbing it and it starts to set down and you can't like easily swipe your hands across your face. So working this into the skin is really, really interesting, but it leaves you matte Also, I don't know if it's just me or if you can tell on camera, I feel like there was a little bit of a diffusing action going on. So does this leave a white cast? Yes. Is this great for oily skin? Yes. Is this great for sensitive skin? I would argue yes for the most part, but I'll get into that in a second. But what I think this is best for is prepping your skin for makeup. Makeup wears on top of this beautifully just because you do have the little bit of the oil controlled matte diffuse situation going on underneath. The white cast doesn't show through it and it doesn't affect the makeup wear throughout the day. So that's the only way I would really enjoy using this. But that being said, it's hard to find a mattifying sunscreen, so it's kind of a pick your battle situation with this one. If this came in tinted formula though, and I'm talking like 4 shades, this would low-key slap to get a really good wide skin tone situation going on. And then in terms of sensitive skin though, I mentioned there was a little caveat to that. This is alcohol-free and has no fragrance, but it does have fragrant components to it. Specifically, I think it's that rose. This smells exactly like, remember those Mario Badescu, the mists, the rose one? Just like that. So it is a very pronounced rose scent. If you are sensitive to that, do note. One thing worth noting, just because I mentioned it for the resting beach face, is that that one had a pump. This one has a little tube situation happening only, doesn't have a pump. So that's my only gripe with applying this. You don't get a very accurate application necessarily just because I'd prefer a pump. To me, it's a little bit more convenient. That is just personal preference though. And the last product, the one I've actually mentioned before on this channel, and the first one I tried, and one of the standout products I argue is their Oh My Bod SPF 50 body sunscreen. This is just a really nice body sunscreen. You can tell the packaging for this is a lot bigger. This is 100 ml for $18, so it's also cheaper. So here's the tea, you know, getting to the point of it. If you have dry skin, normal to dry skin, you don't mind a radiant look because this is still radiant. This is the one you want to go with. It's a steel, that's very subjective, but it looks great on the skin. It's moisturizing, so if you have oily skin, it's gonna be too heavy for you. Just note that. That's my experience with it. But in that regard, it'll go a lot longer just because you're getting more out of the packaging. Their claims to this, it's a reliable bodyguard for your skin with secret uses. This lightweight, long-lasting SPF 50 sunscreen, no, this is 50, the other ones were just 30. Lotion will save you from the harshest midday sun while also protecting dry skin, discolored tattoos, darker scars, gel manicure UV exposures, and more. 2 points worth noting, this is Australian made. We know they got that sunscreen formulation on lock, and also water resistant, which the other two don't feature as well. You got homosalate in this at 10%, octocrylene at 8, octasalate at 5, and avobenzone at 3. So really good broad spectrum protection with this one. It is also chemical only, so worth noting. And then other formulation points, you got cucumber, green tea, some humectants, jojoba oil, tocopherol acetate, and there's no alcohol or fragrance in this, but this does smell a lot like resting beach face, so it does still smell like a sunscreen. This just gives the body a really nice glow. I love a moisturizing sunscreen texture on the body, especially for summer, because it just gets your skin like really glowy, really supple. And I'm someone who I tend to wear shorts and short sleeve t-shirts, so I like to have that exposed skin like really radiant. So I really do enjoy this as a body sunscreen. At $18 for 100 ml, it's not the most affordable drugstore option, but it's not a horrible option either, especially if this is the kind of brand you do want to support. So I actually really do enjoy this if those little things fit what you're looking for any sunscreen. And so do note that this is a really great body sunscreen. You're getting a lot out of it, but it's also really heavy duty. So those for me are the reasons why I actually do really enjoy this and why I would say this is definitely the one worth checking out of the 3 of these if you're looking to explore Everyday Human. And so with that, that's my review of Everyday Humans. Again, if there is any one product I think that is worth checking out, I really love the Oh My Bod. But for face, definitely the Resting Beach Face. It's a good product, but specifically if you do want that glow, just because it is lightweight without being greasy, but it is radiance, at least on me, as I'm going to explore some more hot humid climates. Let's see how this reacts. But here in London so far this summer, it's been a really good option for me. And the mineral option, really oil controlling, but it does leave a white cast. So let me know down below in the comments section, have you tried Everyday Humans? What are your thoughts on their products? What are some of your favorites? Also, are they gonna launch skincare? And if so, what do you want to see from the brand? Sound off in the comments section. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, notification bell, so that you know when I post more skincare, sunscreen, and Fenty related content on my channel. Give the video a thumbs up, and thanks for watching, guys. Bye.